Even though Kubera can automatically detect investable assets and cash on hand, you have full control over these numbers. To understand that, let's go back to assets. To see the metadata of an asset, click on the details icon. The details screen typically starts with a tab that talks about the type of the asset. In this case, it's a mutual fund ticker. It is showing the ticker details, its current price and quantity that I hold. The value tab shows how the value of this asset changed over time. So you can see that against every day, the end of day values are stamped. The same is plotted on a chart. The returns tab shows you the rate of return of this asset. So in the cash flow table, you can enter the date and the cash in and cash out. Cash in is basically the money I invested into the asset, and cash out is the money I withdrew. Based on this information and the current value of the asset, Kubera calculates the IRR of this asset, and it compares it with the IRR of popular indexes, which I can of course customize. The assorted tab is where I can set this asset as investable or not. If it is investable, whether it is cash or this asset can be easily converted to cash. In most of the cases, Kubera can automatically identify whether it is an investable or not. So in this case, it has already identified that it's an asset that can be converted to cash because it's a mutual fund. But if it was a bank account, it would have selected it as cash. This is how the total of these numbers appear in the dashboard. The ownership percentage field is straightforward. Like if I co-own this asset with someone else, I can say what percentage is my ownership. So in this case, it's 100%. The tax on unrealized gain is a field where I can put a tax rate for this asset and find out the estimated tax that I may incur if I have to sell this asset. Of course, I can add more details as notes to this asset and even upload documents. If the asset is an brokerage account, in the asset details screen, the first tab will be showing the holdings of this account. If I want these holdings to be shown outside and tracked along with my other assets, I can click on show holdings outside and confirm. So like you see, it added a new section and added all the holdings as separate assets in my asset table. The next feature I want to talk about is your committed capital in private equity investments. This happens when you enter your private equity investments as a manual asset. When you go to the details screen in the assorted tab, you will see the committed capital field where you can enter the amount that you have committed to this fund, and based on the cash in, which are the capital calls, it will show you the unfunded amount, and the total of all the unfunded amounts will be shown in your dashboard.